Coming up on KREM 2 News at 5, the Environmental Protection Agency is gearing up for fire cleanup here in Spokane following the devastating fires. Everything you need to know as cleanup gets underway. Plus, one man is facing burglary and arson charges after deputies say he started a fire at the gas pumps at a local business. We'll show you the pictures and tell you why he said he did it.
We've seen some breezy winds today, but as we head into the rest of the week, expect things to be dry and toasty.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Today, the Spokane County Medical Examiner revealed the identities of two people found dead in a house in Hillyard last week. On August 12th, police say they went to the 5000 block of North Cook Street and found two bodies in separate rooms of the home. One of the victims is identified as 51-year-old Gibbon Mark Fan. He died from blunt force injuries to his head. His death is considered a homicide. The other victim is identified as 34-year-old Joshua Rathbun, who died from an overdose of fentanyl and methamphetamine. His cause of death is listed as suicide. Another arson suspect in jail today, and this time law enforcement says a man set fire to a gas station in Meade. 51-year-old James Snyder made his first court appearance in front of a Spokane County judge today. According to court documents, Snyder allegedly started the fire at around 3:20 in the morning at Glenn's Food on North Market. We talk with a business owner about another arson arrest after the Spokane complex fires.
You can't make the stuff up anymore because every week it's something like so astronomically chaotic.
Well, the gas station expects damages from the fire to cost around $200,000. Snyder's bond was set at $25,000 today. New at 5, Spokane police say they made an arrest and arrested a man suspected of burglarizing a home in the fire evacuation zone. A 5-mile resident reported their home had been burglarized between August 1st and August 8th while they were evacuated. After looking at video from the scene, police say they arrested Lawrence Moss and he was booked on burglary charges. Police say two other men were also arrested for other crimes committed in the evacuation zones. They were both charged with criminal trespass. Today, the Environmental Protection Agency started sending crews to properties in Spokane impacted by the fires. More than 170 personnel will be at the fires for the next few weeks, working to get rid of hazardous materials left behind. KREM 2's Christian Garza joining us live tonight with the story that one family is seeing their home for the very first time. Christian?
Well, if you take a look at some of the houses here near Westgate Park, you might think that the fire skipped over this entire neighborhood, but unfortunately that's not the case for Pat and Brenda Konechny. Today they returned home for the first time in over 2 weeks to this.
Get that one flipped over.
Burnt jewelry and pieces of porcelain china.
This is just stuff we got out, and that's what matters.
That's all that's left of Pat and Brenda Konechny's house of over 4 decades.
It's just memories that is all we can hold on to now.
Spending hours grieving what they lost as they face the reality of what needs to happen next.
Neighbors greeted us, we all hugged, we all cried. And then we got to work, trying to find something, and there wasn't much to find here.
As families in these affected areas continue to clean what they can, the Environment Protection Agency is stepping in to help make sure no household hazardous materials have been left behind, clearing materials like paint, chemicals, and lithium batteries.
I think after today, I'm going to say it's good, but there's nothing here we really need.
Despite coming to the conclusion that life as they know it is over in Spokane, the Konechnys still managed to find a glimmer of hope inside the destruction.
Yeah, you can see the cross there. That was the first thing we kind of focused on when we came, was the cross. And then to us it was like, everything's gonna be okay. God has us in his hands.
As a reminder, the EPA is here to clean up those hazardous materials. They are not here to clean up any ash or burnt structures. Now, for those families in these impacted areas, there is some long-term recovery efforts and links to recovery efforts on the Spokane Region Long-Term Recovery Group website. In Spokane County, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you. Today, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson and Eastern Washington Representative Michael Baumgartner sent a joint letter to President Donald Trump. That letter states the state will soon be requesting a major disaster declaration And the money from that declaration would go to people around Spokane who lost properties in the Spokane area fires. The letter goes on to ask for a meeting with the president so that Ferguson and Baumgartner can share information directly with him. All right, switching gears for our first check of the forecast at 5 o'clock tonight with meteorologist Cody Proctor. Cody, another warm and sunny day out there.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mark. I'm feeling the sunshine right now over in our outdoor weather center, but lots of folks over at Lake Coeur d'Alene looks like they're having a great time right now. A little breezy over by the lake, though, from what I'm seeing from the flag right here. Winds coming out of the west-southwest of the Spokane airport at 9 miles per hour, but temperatures are in those upper 80s at 88 degrees. That relative humidity pretty dry right now, upper teens right now. For around our region, you can see quite a few folks are up into those low 90s at this moment. That includes Wenatchee and Moses Lake. For us here in most of the inland northwest and North Idaho, we're currently in those 80s at this very moment. Now, the last few hours have been pretty quiet for us around the region. Lots of sunshine's been seen. Looks like we mostly picked up a little bit of cloud cover over the last 6 hours into northwest Montana, but for us here, it's been pretty quiet. We still, though, have some concerns to keep track of, though. This red flag warning is still in effect until 10 o'clock tonight for parts of the lower Palouse down towards the Snake River area. We're watching that pretty closely just because, again, it is so dry outside. As for us here in Spokane, we're still keeping track of some pretty quiet conditions for the most part. Looks like we'll see mostly clear skies into tomorrow morning. We'll start things off looking like to be in the low 60s for us. But for the next few days, tomorrow could see us more into those mid 80s in our forecast. We might be back up into those low 90s as we head into Thursday, into Friday. Then the weekend could bring some changes for us. We'll touch on that in your full forecast.
All right, Cody, we'll talk to you then. Thank you. Meantime, in southern Idaho, health officials are reporting the first human case of the West Nile virus this season. The Department of Health and Welfare says a Canyon County resident over the age of 65 developed the West Nile meningitis and was hospitalized. Officials say older adults and people with weakened immune systems face a higher risk of severe illness. They are urging people to use insect repellent, protective clothing, and dump any standing water around their home. All right, still ahead on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. The Board of Commissioners making a unanimous decision on the future of data centers in Spokane County. What outcome they came to coming up in just 3 minutes. And a bit later in the show, we head to Whitworth University where we caught up with some of the football players as they look to make history. We'll be right back.